What's up everybody, Jason Swenk here, and today we're going to answer your questions. And the questions are all around pricing for your agency, what you should actually be charging, the 10X rule, just getting a little bit more clarity on that from some questions that I've been getting. And if you're new to the show, this show is all about going over strategies and answering your questions so you can grow your agency and business much faster. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, hit that little bell button so you never miss out on a new episode. All right, guys, the first question is from Harash. I've watched your video about the 10X rule and I just wanted to verify something. I have a client who does $1 million in sales. Does that mean I should be charging them $100,000 for the marketing services? That seems a lot. Can you explain further? What Harash is referring to is the 10X rule to come up with your pricing. You need to look at the results, and this is what you're missing, Harash. You need to look at the results you're delivering to your clients, not the revenue of your client. So if you were delivering $1 million worth of value and results to your client, then I would suggest you charging $100,000. But just because they're $1 million business does not mean you can charge them $100,000. If you're going to generate them $1 million in the next year, yes. But also too, that's a big risk for them. So you may have to stagger that and sell and walk them up kind of a service offering ladder that I refer to a lot in the agency playbook. You might want to, if you don't have access to the agency playbook, I'll put a link somewhere in here. You should go check that out because it really explains your offering ladder and really positioning and selling that. But at the end of the day, to answer your question, no, if they're $1 million business, you can't charge them $100,000 unless you're delivering them $1 million of results. All right, let's go to the next question. Grant asks, I'm having difficulty imagining a scenario where I can afford to hire even one additional employee during my first year of business due to costs and pricing. I'm trying to start a small agency targeted to smaller businesses who may be willing to pay less for a recent college graduate. How can I be sure to price correctly so I can afford to hire help, or should I outsource occasionally? First off, just because you're out of college and you're new to this does not mean you need to charge so low and you need to charge under anybody else. What I want you to do is stop looking at what anybody else is charging in the market. It is irrelevant. What I want you to do is figure out, what do you want to make in the next year? You personally. What does the business need to make in order to do that? And then what resources do you feel that you need so you don't have to be doing everything? Start there. And then what I want you to do is backwards math, going, okay, in order to make this revenue, how many clients do I actually need? Then once I figure that out, what do I actually need to be charging? Look, whenever I hear anybody saying, I'm just too busy, you're not charging enough. You need to raise your prices. Now what you're going to say is the clients I have, that's the max, like they can't pay me anymore. There's always clients that can pay more. You just need to find them. You need to get resourceful. Who needs help that I can actually help? And then how do I build trust? How do I show them I can help them by actually helping them, and then charge them what you need to be charging? So hopefully all that makes sense, but you need to think about and backwards math into it, going, what do I want to be making? What does the business need to be making? What do I need to be charging? How many clients do I need? And also, while you're doing this, you have to assume that you're bringing on someone to help so you don't have to do everything. That's the only way you can make the change, but it's kind of like you got to rip the Band-Aid off now in order to make that decision and to make that impact 3 to 6 months down the road. This is not going to be immediate. This is a 3 months, 6 months. So you got to be patient, but you also got to be consistent with your pricing. So if you raise your pricing and you know you want to go after these clients, you have to stay consistent. Just because you haven't landed them in the first week or 2 weeks doesn't mean you need to go back down to the pricing that you were. You need to stay consistent and patient, and you'll do it. And I promise you, in 6 months, you'll be sending me a video going, oh my God, it worked. Because I know it works. I've seen it work several times, but just be patient, consistent, you'll be able to do it. So if you guys have questions, make sure you comment, and I'd love to hear your comments. I've referenced a couple times the agency playbook. It will help both of you out greatly with figuring out your pricing, really putting together a plan, a system for you guys to go follow. Make sure you go check that out, jasonswenk.com/playbook. And until next time, have a swank day.